The Indonesian stock market is expected to remain resilient this year despite rising economic uncertainties due to the rising geopolitical tensions. Analysts believe the stock market can get through the tough times.
Finance Minister Sri Mulyani Indrawati, on the behalf of President Prabowo Subianto, officially opened the first trading day of the Indonesian Stock Exchange, or IDX, in 2025 on Thursday, January the 2nd, amid rising concerns over rising economic uncertainties in the world. In her opening remarks, Finance Minister Sri Mulyani expressed her optimism that the Indonesian stock market would be able to get through the hard times and grow further this year in line with the healthy condition of the country's economy. Also present at the opening ceremony were the Governor of Bank Indonesia, Peri Warjio, Chairman of the Financial Services Authority, or OJK, Mahendra Siregar, Chairman of the Indonesian Deposit Insurance Corporations, or LPS, Purbaya Yudi Sadewa, and President Director of the Indonesian Stock Exchange, or IDX, Iman Rahman. The Jakarta Composite Index rose slightly during the first trading day, but it showed signs of weakness in the following days as global uncertainties continued to cloud stock markets, not only in Indonesia but also in other Asian countries. In its 2025 Market Outlook report, Global Fund Manager East Spring Investment predicts that the world will continue to face a year of uncertainty going into 2025. Global growth is expected to plod along in the first half of 2025, with the second half influenced by developments in the US and China. Aggressive US domestic stimulus and trade protectionist policies by the incoming US government may lead to higher inflation and a stronger US dollars. This will have an impact on Asian and emerging markets. However, ASEAN markets are less vulnerable than North Asian markets thanks to their lower dependence on US revenue and fewer direct US competitors. Indonesia, Hong Kong, and Thailand still offer interesting opportunities for global investors. The performance of the Indonesian Stock Exchange was not bad in 2024, but it was not good either. The Jakarta Composite Index, or JCI, the main price indicator at the IDX, reached its record high of 7,905 on September 19, 2024. However, the index continued to decline in following months and ended 2024 at 7,079, a decline of 2.65% year to date. The market capitalization value grew near 6% to 12,336 trillion rupiah, while the average daily transaction reached 12 trillion rupiah, marking a 20% increase year on year. Advisory Agency for Derivative Finance and Carbon Exchange at the OJK, Enarno Jayadi, has acknowledged that the rising geopolitical risks will remain a major challenge in the Indonesian stock market. However, he is optimistic that the stock market still has a room to record a positive growth as domestic factors such as the country's healthy economic growth will continue to become a catalyst to drive trading activities.
We are going to our discussion, our topic of the week for Economic Outlook this week. We have our guest, Bapak Ahmad Mikhail Zaini, the Chief Economist at Sukor Sekuritas, and he will share his views on the prospect of the Indonesian stock market in this relatively tough year. Actually, Pak Ahmad, so the Indonesian Stock Exchange ended the year with disappointment in the Jakarta Price Stock Index. It lost 2.65% during the year. And if compared to the other Asian stock market, how bad is our performance really of the Indonesian Stock Exchange last year?
Yeah, unfortunately, our stock performance didn't go well for last year. But if you look at globally, the global stock market is quite diverse last year due to higher interest rate, higher government bond yield in the US, which pull out lot of capital from emerging market to back to U.S. market. So if we compare, let's say, for in the Southeast Asian market, it is quite diverse. Yeah, let's say Vietnam, Thailand, Philippines, they also suffer with, like us, the stock market corrected significantly. But for Singapore and for Malaysia, their stock market performed very well, because many investors believe that Singapore currency is a safe haven currency. So the capital flow from those emerging market to others, to the Singapore market, yeah. Because many believe that Singaporean dollar is safe haven asset in this region.
Okay, so the global economy right now is not looking any better at the moment, because we have the growing geopolitical tensions, we have trade tensions, and also Trump's protectionism also involved there. With such uncertainties, what will happen to our Indonesian stock market? What is your prediction so far?
Yeah, I think I'm quite bullish for this year. Yeah. But if you look at many analysts or economists in Indonesia, they are quite nervous with the Trump economic policy, because most of the consensus believe Trump economic policy will jump up the U.S. government bond yield, because Trump promises to cut the corporate tax, he want to increase tariff, he want to restricted the migrations flow to the United States. So basically, those three main policy will reinflate the inflationary pressures in the U.S. So it will erode the expectations that the Fed will cut the policy rate deeper this year. That's why many emerging market will suffer a lot if Trump execute this policy. But most analysts also forget that Trump economic policies sometimes is a deflationary in nature, because he want to increase the U.S. oil productions. He promises to lift up restrictions for the last 4 years under Biden administrations. He want to deregulate oil sectors. So if Trump can successfully increase the U.S. oil productions, let's say 2 or 3 million barrel per day this year, then I think the global oil price will drop a lot, yeah, maybe 15 to 20% this year. Then it will benefit us, because Indonesia is net oil importer countries. We import about $3 billion a month just for oil. So if the oil price can go below $60 per barrel, then I think we can save about 15 to 20% of those $3 billion. So it will benefit us a lot for this year.
Right. Now, just looking internally, do you think that President Prabowo Subianto has been making the right decision so far in terms of economy globally, and what decision he has made for Indonesia so far? Do you think he will become a catalyst to drive the local stock market to make it still attractive for foreign investors to come to Indonesia?
Yeah, of course. Pak Prabowo, from his first year as a Indonesian president, he did good things, yeah, a lot of things. He understands well the root problem of Indonesia is the depletions of the purchasing power. For the last 5 years, the middle income class number, for instance, in Indonesia down 8 million people.
The middle income trap,
yes,
yeah?
The middle income class down from 60 million for the last 5 years to just 52 millions. Why this happened? Because the skyrocketing of the energy price and food prices, and then the real wage not growing quite significant for the last 5 years. That's why the purchasing power is the main problem of Indonesian's economy. That's why our economic growth declined. Let's say under Pak SBY era from 6.5% to Pak Jokowi is only 5.2%. So basically, if Pak Prabowo can jumpstart the purchasing power, I think we can grow much higher this year and for the next 5 years. And Pak Prabowo already addressed by giving a nutritious free meal program, for instance. He also raised the civil servant salaries, particularly for teachers. He raised the salary about 30% this year. And then our teachers count about 40% of total civil servant in Indonesia. So it will create a huge impact for our domestic spending. And Pak Prabowo also want to speed up the energy and food productions in Indonesia. That's why he stopped the rice import for this year. He believes our rice productions can meet up with our demand for rice. Then if he success to increase the energy and rice productions, I think we will enjoy a higher purchasing power for the next 5 years.
Okay, so based on your review so far, I mean, we've only been 1 month into this year, and we've seen pretty drastic changes and steps that President Prabowo has taken. What would be the outlook for our economy and the Indonesian stock market this year and next year?
Yeah, I think we will be much better off for this year. If Pak Prabowo policies, Pak Prabowo's latest stimulus can have a high impact for our domestic economy, let's say we can grow by 5.5%, that will improve a lot the liquidity in the system. Our money supply growth can grow by, let's say, 10 to 12% this year. Then it will affect it directly to our stock market performance. If you look at the historical data, if our money supply can grow by 12% annually, then I think our stock market can grow by, let's say, 10 to 15%.
Okay.
So I hope the stimulus can have a much positive impact for our domestic spending.
I see. And for our audiences watching today, what stocks, based on their business sectors, what stocks do you think will shine and perhaps be recommendable this year?
Yeah, frankly speaking, all across the board, our blue chip stock now is undervalued, very undervalued. The valuation is already cheap enough, like a banking sector, the average valuation is below 3 times. So basically, our banks run very good profit. And then if the valuation is just 3 times below, I think it's a good chance for local and foreign investors to buy our banking sector stocks, I think. And then for the consumers as well, if the Pak Prabowo stimulus for its domestic spending can significantly improve our purchasing power, then I think consumer sector will be another opportunity for investors to buy for the consumer stocks. And then utility sectors also, if the U.S. Treasury yield can go down because oil price low, then I think it will benefit the utility sectors as well.
Okay, so there's a lot of recommendations right there, and we're hoping for a bullish market to happen soon. All right, Bapak Ahmad Mikhail Zaini, Chief Economist at Sukor Sekuritas, thank you so much for coming to Economic Outlook.
Welcome.